So we made it into March, and just as we thought we were going to see a semblance of normal again, the world decided to double down on the post-apocalyptic theme with a taste of war in Europe. That's what I wrote a month ago when I started making this channel update. Things kept being turned upside down since, so here we are a month later. Hello, Sublimes. Even with all of that, let's keep up the tradition of channel updates, even though I missed another one. We're going to talk about all the normal stuff on how the channel is doing and even some pretty exciting things coming up very soon indeed, but it's hard to do a personal update on things right now without talking about, you know, the thing. So yes, I am appalled and disgusted by the lack of concern for human life displayed by the Russian regime and its dictator, even more so with war crimes being carried out and attacks on civilians. War certainly isn't a thing I'd ever thought I'd be talking about on the channel, but this is actually pretty close to home for me. More to the point of the channel, this stuff going on is distracting and does take a fair bit of mindshare, and it's really tough to just keep doing cheerful fun videos and snapshot videos for hyped up new content while the world burns. It's a new problem, and one I'm trying to navigate. As some of you know, I struggled with some things even before that, in a never-ending sequence of increasing difficulty level of this game called life. So, let me recap. The tail end of winters is always a down period for me. For those of you living on lower latitudes, this might not be very apparent, but the problem with Swedish winters for me isn't the cold or the snow and ice. It's the darkness. It works fine for a while, and watching the snowfall in a dark street through the window can even be cozy. But after many months of not getting a reasonable amount of light, it gets to me, creeps up on me almost unnoticeably until I suddenly realize just how much its claws have gripped me. It leaves me with a lack of motivation in the best of times, and this time around I've just been exhausted for a while now. I seem to never be able to catch back up either. Every time I seem to be just on the verge of getting back into the groove of things like normal, I seem to get sick or some other problems pop up. That happened twice over the last few months, and it makes it really hard to keep the channel going. I've had some other health problems for a while too. A frozen shoulder has been giving me trouble, which I am now getting some pretty painful treatment for, and also doing some pretty painful exercises for, which isn't a great motivator. I'm working my way through it, but it's also making it really tough to just keep on grinding with the channel. We have other health problems in the family too, and with everything going on in the world, I've also taken more time to just take care of the family a bit and work on the house and such. That's also the latest reason why this video ended up late. I intended to make the tech video for 22W13A and this video on Sunday. But before that, I was working in the garage putting some new storage together. I was wearing protective work gloves and all, but in the process of hammering some crossbeams into place, I accidentally hit the very edge of my left index finger. This smashed the very edge of my finger, not actually piercing the skin, but causing a section of bleeding just below the skin. After looking up how to deal with such things and getting over the initial pain, I ended up resting through the rest of the day with some ice on it until my stream in the evening. So here we are. The finger is healing fine, even though the blob of coagulated blood under the skin still looks a bit freaky. Anyway, enough excuses, let's get back to the channel. I want to talk about a few videos that have been missing in action for a while to begin with. First of all, the custom world news for 1.18.x. I've kind of reached the conclusion that it doesn't make much sense to make that video. The target audience is quite small, the custom world generation is changing so rapidly that even now it's already out of date, so I ended up concluding that it's better to save that effort until I can start making the full custom world tutorials again. The second thing is the command tutorials I promised a few channel updates ago. I've made no progress on those this last month, I'm afraid to say. There is a fair bit of work done already, but in between my exhaustion and the enormous workload of snapshot news videos, there really hasn't been much space to work on anything else. Same goes for Legacy. Even though I've still been streaming from there, I've really missed making Legacy videos. But there just hasn't been any time left anywhere in my schedule for that type of thing. Stream archives have also been very far behind. If you don't know, my second channel, Lime Uncut, has all the archives on my live streams, but they've been almost a month behind for a while now. I've started going again, and hopefully I can manage to fully catch up this time around. Speaking of streams, I have several pieces of good news, finally, about some cool upcoming streams. This Friday, I'll be running an extra stream and joining the EvoTech charity stream for their UHC game, which should be a lot of fun. It's the style of UHC where you can donate to charity, to someone in helper packages or even extra challenges, so please check that out. I know that you'd never donate to make things harder for me, so I fully expect nothing but your support. Thanks. Either way, it's for a good cause, raising money for suicide prevention, so if you have the opportunity, please drop by twitch.tv/slicedlime on Friday. Another cool thing is a new challenge. I'll be taking a little bit of a break from my Heartless challenge, both since that type of stress doesn't really help my personal situation right now, and honestly also because I'm kind of tired of spending an entire stream in a boat only to lose the world to a horrible nether 4 hours later. So, instead I'm going to team up with Bruno Dan for a really fun and quirky challenge. We're going to attempt to complete the 1 block at a time April Fool's snapshot in survival mode. Who knows how they'll go, but it should be a fun ride anyway. So tune in for the start of that on my normal stream time on Sunday. Let's wrap up with some channel stats. After the 4 videos in January, I posted 12 videos in February and 5 in March. Every single one of them a news video, except the previous channel update. Despite the somewhat higher posting frequency and the posting my most popular type of content, the YouTube channel has continued to crawl in performance, both in terms of views and new subscribers. That also really doesn't add to the motivation factor, let's just say. Twitch, on the contrary, has been doing decently again the last week or so after a bit of a slump there as well. With large streams and lots of interaction come plenty of really fun moments, and I've really enjoyed the times I've had to actually play the game rather than make news videos. Even if, as someone commented lately on a legacy stream, minecarts are impressive. Anyway, I hope to be back into proper action soon. I really want to make lots of tutorials, both for redstone mechanisms I've built, but also for commands and custom world things. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to find the time for it, but I am determined to find some form of improvement soon. Regardless, I remain grateful for everyone's support. You're all fantastic, and I truly appreciate the cheerful comments and every single view and subscription. A special thank you is in order for all my supporters through YouTube memberships, Twitch subscriptions, and on Patreon. And also a special mention to the Snapshot Helper crew and my moderators, who all do a fantastic job, and it really helps me out. Thank you. Thank you. slicedlime out.